Hey guys, it's Rachel Castile. Welcome to Heart Work Monday here at Typology Corner. This is a series all about healing your heart through the lens of the Enneagram and learning to grow in a way that honors your real experience. And today we're going to be talking about emotional triggers, those moments that hit you hard and fast. Your body starts to clam up, your chest gets tight, you can't talk, you struggle to breathe. A lot of people have different reactions within their body. But it's when everything starts feeling like it's going really fast and you don't really know what to do in those moments. Could feel like a panic attack, a fight or flight response. You could want to fight, be defensive. We all react differently to triggers. And today that's what I want to look at, the variety of how triggers show up for the different nine Enneagram types, and also just exploring how to be kinder to ourselves in these moments, how to pass through these moments, and how to begin to see them in a new light, so that we can live in the present and not allow the past to dictate our new moments, how to begin to part those, to for your body to begin to know that it's safe in the present, that those old moments isn't real anymore. So we're going to look at what does the wound look like, the trigger, and then what the healing message is for each of the nine Enneagram types. And I'm going to share a bit organically what comes up for me on this topic as well. So let's start with, what are triggers really? So a trigger isn't weakness. It's your nervous system recognizing a pattern that once associated with danger. So in other words, triggers is a protective instinct. It's not irrational. It makes sense. It's like, I need to protect myself. I need to watch out for myself. There's a risk in some way. And it's whenever the body responds to the present like it's the past. It's not about what happened. It's about what that moment meant to you. Yeah, how you processed it. It really matters. I look at myself like, as I'm processing stuff, as I'm doing videos, as I'm sharing my journey, this is my heart journey as well with you guys. And I'm looking at things breaking off of me that wound me up into performance, wound me up into feeling like, okay, I should be ashamed of myself. I should not feel like just what I am is enough. Like I need to be something more. I'm judging myself. This risk of criticism or judgment against just my existence. I've had a lot of that since my early childhood. Feeling triggered in social situations that it was hard to access what being myself looked like. Because like I was already triggered, because I was just in the presence of somebody else. So yeah, it's been a process of like that peeling off of me. It's like slowing down and letting myself like be okay with maybe not talking, with just presence, just being, for me to find out like that everything is okay, that I can give myself the space to stay in what is authentic in a moment, to let my heart follow genuine interest in a conversation, not this fear of I have to say something or otherwise I'm going to be made fun of. And honestly, it did start in family. That's where a lot of this started, and it shaped my perspective of relationships. This is the power of abuse. This is the power of mind games that rob identity. They rob just regular moments where I dealt with a lot of criticism, a lot of you could call it bullying. I think a lot of people have experienced that. You can call it gaslighting. That made me start to carry things that I wasn't responsible for. I didn't need to be so not at ease at all moments. It's like carrying way too much responsibility for the emotions of other people. Yeah, there's a lot to unpack there, but triggers are very real. And it's so important to learn that in being in the wave of a trigger, it doesn't have to control you. It doesn't have to dictate the show. And I want to be as real as I can in this video because it's very easy for me to just be like, oh, let me just make my points and wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And wrap up the video. But I want to be honest about how triggered I can feel where I don't value my words. I think my words are valuable because of perfection. So there's like that fear around that. So it's like giving you the chance to click off this video because I'm not going to perform no more. I'm going to just let myself tune back into my heart that I can talk through things like this from a genuine place. Yeah. So triggers are protective, but when they go unexamined, they can start running the show. And yeah, in a way, you could not know what normal is if you're in a state of being triggered. Yeah. So this is peeling the past off of the present. To know that you're safe. You're safe now. You're not actually in danger. But the body, it don't feel that way. It don't feel that way. It feels like the highest risk in this moment. So let's peel it off together, type by type. And let's break down what triggers look like. How do they show up? So yeah, it's when the body responds to the present like it's the past. It's often tied to unmet needs, perceived threats, or emotional memories. If you weren't doing anything wrong, but somebody came by and made fun of you and tried to get you to step into doing something so that you could be okay with yourself, so that you could not be made fun of, that could seriously mess with your equilibrium of perceiving what you are. And I will unpack this stuff more in time, but like if you're around somebody who's doing some really bad stuff and they don't like that you can see them, they might play these mind games on you. And for me, I started getting triggered by eye contact, getting triggered by the eyes and the perception of other people, reading into what their eyes could possibly mean, and then me adjusting, me having the responsibility on me. So it's like ease was not really an option anymore. When I'm looking back on these moments, I'm like, I could have just not played into it. You know, I can just be unmoved by these things. But you don't know what you don't know until you know it. So that's why truth sets you free. Each one of us, we get triggered by the things we're triggered by. And yeah, when we have a truth, we can meditate on that. And that's what my journey's been, meditating on the truths I needed to remind my heart I don't have to spiral out of control in this moment. I don't have to be moved by a party trying to get me to move. I can make sound decisions from my actual desires, you know? So yeah, emotional memories. Every Enneagram type filters the world through a unique emotional lens. So different things hit differently depending on what your type is. And understanding your type will help you uncode the emotional meaning behind your reactions. Yeah, we could all have reactions that look similar, but they mean something different depending on your Enneagram type. So now let's get into it. All 9 types. What would trigger that type, what's the wound, the wounding phrase, and then what does healing look like? How to heal? What's stepping out of that trigger? How do you walk through it when it's happening? How do you de-escalate it? What does that look like? And then a healing affirmation, a meditation of heart and mind. So for type 1, the reformer, the trigger is being criticized or watching others break the rules. Being criticized or watching others break the rules. The wound that is the tape inside of them is, if I'm not good, I won't be loved. If I'm not good, I won't be loved. I've got to be good. So being criticized, it just like, it rubs into that wound. Watching other people be able to do whatever that they want, just to live carelessly. It can trigger them. And the healing practice is to pause the inner critic. Yes, you heard it. Pause it. You're safe, even when it's not perfect. So yes, say the criticism comes, there's some facts to it. It's like, yes, you did make a mistake. Okay, I'm safe, even when it's not perfect. Okay, I can still be at rest, even though it's not perfect. And the meditation of type 1 to bring about healing is, I am good even when I get it wrong. I am good even whenever I get it wrong. This is healing that wound. If I'm not good, I won't be loved. It's like, no, I'm good even when I get it wrong. Okay, show me what it is. I can look at this. I can make it right. It's okay. It's okay. I don't have to be bitter at other people when they break the rules either. It's still okay to correct. It's still okay to reform when things are unjust, but that you can be at rest still within yourself. I'm good even when I get it wrong. Now for type 2, the helper, the trigger for them is feeling unappreciated or left out. Feeling unappreciated or left out. This experience, this moment where it can be legitimate. You're not appreciated for who you are, and you're not invited to the cookout. You're not welcomed. You're not wanted. What happens next? That childhood wound. If I'm not needed, I'll be abandoned. You feel that? If I'm not needed, I'll be abandoned. So in that moment of feeling that, what is healing to you? What's that healing practice? The healing truth is, you're allowed to receive. You don't have to earn care. What does receiving look like? You're allowed to receive. You don't have to earn care. That moment could be you receiving love for yourself. You acknowledging your own presence, you being still and receiving the love that you need in the face of feeling unappreciated by someone else. How can you be still and value yourself in that moment? That you don't have to go do something for somebody else. You don't have to give. You don't have to help. You don't have to show up. How can I love myself and know that I'm worthy of love right now? How can I hear my needs and meet my needs? And the healing truth for you to speak over yourself is, my needs are valid. I am allowed to rest in love. My needs are valid. I'm allowed to rest in love. I'm reminding my heart right now as I do this video, my needs are valid. I'm allowed to rest in love. It's such an interesting thing to sit in love on camera in a place where all my shame shows up for me. All See, but the thing about shame is it gets buried, it gets hidden, it gets looked away from, and it goes into performance. I need to do well. I need to make an impact for you. I need to do something extravagant beyond just being myself. That me resting in myself is not enough. That's what the shame says. It's this like rushing me forward, rushing me out of my presence. This is what my heart learned. My presence is not enough. My stillness is not enough. My gaze is not enough. I have to do something. I have to produce something on your behalf. I don't know if that sounded aggressive. Type 2 going to 8, right? But this is the health of type 2 when type 2 can give from overflow of love in themselves. This has been my journey. My needs are valid. I'm allowed to rest in love. Next is type 3, the achiever. The trigger, or the thing that has the highest potential of triggering a type 3 is failing or being seen as incapable. Failing or being seen as incapable. I even bring up the core fear, being exposed as or thought of incompetent, inefficient, or worthless, failing to be or appear successful. You'd be triggered if your worst fear is happening. Failing or being seen as incapable. And the wound, the childhood wound, the belief that's just under there. If I'm not successful, I don't matter. I don't have value. I don't have worth. If I'm not successful, I don't matter. I'm just a number. I have no significance. And the healing message, the truth is your presence has value beyond performance. Your presence has value beyond performance. A truth to speak over yourself as a type 3 is I bring value by being real, not by being perfect. I bring value by being real, not by being perfect. I struggled a lot in the beginning to see, am I a 3 or am I a 2? Am I a 3 or am I a 2? And I'm a 2 with a 3 wing. So this is very much relatable to me. I bring value by being real, not by being perfect. It's like a daily practice. I feel humiliated in my realness a lot of times. I feel like, oh, I feel so vulnerable right now. Oh my God, I feel so exposed. And I feel my body triggered in that. Like getting tense, getting tight. It's like preventing judgment. Staying still. Don't make a mistake. Don't do it wrong. Image consciousness. That's you could put over the 2, 3, and 4. The shame triad is image consciousness. How do you see me? We have the vulnerability of being attached to how we're perceived. Who am I in your eyes is more important than who I think I am. I am what you think I am. Like coming out of the lie of that, to face our own shame, to begin to give ourselves the love that we're seeking through validation, affirmation, and approval. Yeah. It's so important. It's so important. What do you do when you're in a situation where you feel like you're failing? When your check bounced and people know that it bounced? What do you do when you're seeing that you can't afford that nice car no more and you downsized? How do you feel about that? How do you come off of the shame? How do you get out of that triggering moment? How do you be okay with yourself? Your mind, your heart. I bring value by being real, not by being perfect. And something I want to say, my heart always wants to be fair, wants to be even in my distribution of comments across all the 9 types. And I just noticed like, I don't know that I can do that. I just got to follow the flow of what I can give throughout the video. My brain will backtrack and be like, oh, but you didn't spend as much time on this other one. I'm here, guys. I'm here every week. And I'd love to hear your comments of interest, and I'd love to shape future topics around things that is on your heart as well, things you want to hear, and to incorporate that. I'm just learning like how to flow on camera, how to know my overall picture of what I'm wanting to give, but to give myself permission to follow where my heart is in a moment and what I can give on, and to be okay with that. Be okay with that. So next is type 4, the individualist. The trigger for them is feeling misunderstood or emotionally abandoned. Feeling somebody pull away from them. Be it said, but just knowing like they've pulled away from me. Or I'm misunderstood. I'm misunderstood. And the wound under there when they're triggered is, if I'm not special or seen, I'll be rejected. If I'm not special or seen, I'll be rejected. And I'll bring out the core fear of being inadequate, emotionally cut off, plain, mundane, defective, flawed, or insignificant. It's like being in a state where that gets triggered, those fears. Ooh. How do you find your way out of that when you're feeling that, when a situation presents itself that seems true in this moment? It seems like the most true thing that's happening right now. The healing message is, you are not too much. You belong. You didn't do anything wrong. You're not flawed. You are not too much. You belong. You belong. All of your experience, whether you're understood by others or not, it's like, how do you tap into that contentment within? Your emotional depth, all of that. It's good. It's not too much. You belong. When you believe it yourself, it'll set you free. And the meditation, the affirmation for type 4 is, I embrace my depth. I am already home. I embrace my depth. I'm already home. As you can hear this is a self journey. This is for the self to begin to believe a truth that liberates them. It's not from the outside. It's nice when somebody else says that, when they do affirm you, when they do understand you. But your freedom comes when you can embrace your depth, not just that someone else did. I embrace my depth. I am already home. Home is belonging. I'm already where I'm meant to be. Everything I am is beautiful. It's special. It's unique. It's exactly what it's meant to be. My depth is beautiful. Yeah. Next is type 5, the investigator. We're moving into the head triad, 5, 6, and 7. Type 1, I didn't emphasize that. Type 1 is in the gut triad. And I may touch on it more as I move around the Enneagram circle to 9. But yeah, now we're in the head triad. We're dealing with fear, anxiety, wanting certainty, security, support, things of that nature. So type 5, the investigator, the trigger is intrusion. Feeling intruded upon or demands being put on your energy. That can trigger you to pull back, to withdraw. And the wound under there for type 5 is if I'm not self-sufficient, I'll be unsafe. I got to figure it out on my own. I need to go research. I'm not ready. I need to pull away. I need to preserve. I need to make sure I don't overspend so that I don't run out. It's that sense of self-management and removal. It's like, ooh, demands on my energy just happened. I feel intruded. My privacy has been crossed. This fear of being depleted. The fear of being alienated, invaded, being thought incapable or ignorant, having obligations placed upon you, or your energy being completely depleted. That's the fear. Those things kind of send them into this. Potentially those could be triggering for them if their worst fear is occurring. And what is the healing practice, belief that would help type 5 navigate this trigger and to be kind to themselves and to not be led by it? Is you don't have to disappear. Connection is safe. You don't have to disappear. Connection is safe. So it's kind of coming out of the scarcity mindset, that avarice, the greed of hoarding, of holding on to what you have for fear of depletion. It's like, I don't have to disappear. I don't have to withdraw. Connection is safe. I won't be invaded. I won't actually be depleted. Connection is safe. I can just be. And the actual affirmation meditation is, I can be present and still have peace. I can be present and still have peace. I can be true to myself. I can be true to what comes up. I can know that something on the outside can't actually siphon the life out of me. I can be present with myself and present with others and still be at peace. Yeah. Next is type 6, the loyalist, the guardian, also in the head triad. And the trigger for them is feeling blamed, unsupported, or uncertain. Feeling blamed, unsupported, or uncertain. Yeah. And I'll look at the core fear. Fearing fear itself, being without support, security, or guidance, being blamed, targeted, alone, or physically abandoned. It's like, it's losing your sense of security and support. That can be incredibly triggering for type 6. And the wound under that trigger that's there is, if I let my guard down, I'll be betrayed. If I let my guard down, I'll be betrayed. Being on red alert, scanning the horizon for what could go wrong. If I let my guard down, I'll be betrayed. The guardian, and remaining loyal to their community, loyal to a belief system, loyal to whatever gives them their sense of security and certainty. If I let my guard down, I'll be betrayed. And the healing message, the healing belief is, you can trust your own wisdom. I don't know if you can see how that's all connected. You can trust your own wisdom. This is taking the focus off of the outside and going back to what was missing that even led them to fixate outwardly, is not feeling that they can trust or be inwardly guided. So the healing belief is, you can trust your own wisdom. You are safe. Yeah. The affirmation for type 6 is, I am safe to trust myself. I am supported. I am supported. See, this is an inward journey. What is the inward truth that a 6 needs for themselves? Because if you do something wrong, you could get reprimanded. You could lose your support. You could be blamed. You could be like cut off. So how do you be free in a moment when that is happening, when your trigger is happening, something around these sorts of things actually happens to you? How do you become immune to that? How do you heal yourself? That's why each of these statements is for you to be grounded, because these triggering moments are going to happen. Triggers are like a test of what do you believe. They show you what your heart believes deep down. You may think, oh, I'm good. I overcame this years ago. And out of nowhere, something big enough happens in this area and it shakes you at your core. And you're like, you find out what your heart really believes. So a type 6, I'm safe to trust myself. I am supported. I am supported. This is you supporting your own voice, backing your own self, trusting your own self, trusting that you can hear and that you can have the wisdom to navigate your own life. Sometimes to have healthy support, you got to support yourself first. And then you don't have that risk of it could all be taken from you, you know? Next is type 7, the enthusiast. And the trigger for type 7, this is also the head triad, is being stuck in pain or boredom. These are moments that are very real. Being stuck in pain, something happens in life, and you're like, oh, this feeling won't go away. Or I'm bored. I have nothing stimulating me. I'm just sitting in a place where my raw emotions are coming up, and then it could be potentially painful things coming back up. So it's that sense of boredom, lack of stimulation, positive stimulation, stuck in something painful. That can bring up the wound that's there in a type 7. And that wound says, if I slow down, I'll drown in discomfort. If I slow down, I'll drown in discomfort. I'll be overwhelmed. I'll be overtaken. I won't know how to process this. I don't know how to get out. If I slow down, I'll drown in discomfort. It's a fearful place to be like, if the real childhood wound is, I can't deal with this. I can't deal with this. Then to be put in a situation where you're dealing with it, it's like, it is scary when you don't have a place to escape out of it. So what is a healing belief, healing message that type 7 needs to hear, but needs to know? Is you can feel sad and still be free. It's not entrapment. It's not entrapment. You can feel your feelings, still be free, that it does pass. There is something to be learned out of it. There is something that you can gain. It leads to greater freedom, greater hope, when you can experience all of life, the full spectrum. So the affirmation for type 7 is, I welcome all my feelings. Joy and pain can coexist. I welcome all of my feelings. Joy and pain can coexist. I can stay present with this. I can stay present with this and still be freedom, still be hope, still be optimistic that it doesn't last forever. It doesn't last forever. because I'm processing it instead of running from it or just pushing it down, I can extract gold out of it, and I get to soar even more in the next season. So when you feel something painful coming up, you're feeling bored, you can look at what's coming up. It's a part of life. It's a part of the experience. You won't drown. It's not sinking sand. I welcome all of my feelings. Joy and pain can coexist. Next is type 8, the challenger. And now we're moving into the gut triad. Did I read off? I didn't read this for type 7. I'll go back. The core fear is being deprived, trapped in emotional pain, limited or bored, missing out on something fun. So yeah, when that worst fear happens, there's a truth that can set you free. In knowing that you won't actually be trapped. So type 8, moving into the gut triad. We're looking around power, control, not liking injustices, things like that, protecting the self, protecting others, boundaries, resisting the world. It's kind of, we're moving into that type 8, the gut triad, anger space, the emotion of anger. And so the challenger, the trigger for them is feeling disrespected, controlled, or betrayed. Feeling disrespected, like it's really happening. Feeling disrespected, perceived disrespect, or real, can trigger them. Feeling disrespected, feeling controlled, or betrayed. The core fear for type 8 is being weak, powerless, harmed, controlled, vulnerable, manipulated, or left at the mercy of injustice. And what is the wound under that? If I'm vulnerable, I'll be hurt. If I'm vulnerable, I'll be hurt. I can't let that happen again. I can't be weak anymore. I can't show that side. I can't be soft. I gotta be on guard. I need to always be in power. I need to always be in control, or I could get hurt. I could be betrayed. But the healing practice, the healing belief for type 8 is softness isn't weakness, it's power. That's the actual superpower of type 8, is their tender core, is their softness. The tender heart is their strength. It is their power. So the belief is softness isn't weakness, it's power. But as a type 8, need to speak over themselves. What is the affirmation? It is, I am safe to open. I am stronger when I soften. I am safe to open. I am stronger when I soften. And what I found in being able to hear this truth, to begin to navigate this, start out by writing this down, putting it before you, but to actually access this place is when the trigger happens, is to realize that rest is an option. You can be still. You don't have to let it pass through you and move you into reaction. That we can remind your heart of a new truth, of a new reality, that you're not in danger anymore. These things are birthed out of real experiences as a child, but as adults, how do we detach from that? How do we find a new normal? This is what it looks like. Walking through the trigger. And next is type 9, the peacemaker. They are also in the gut triad. They deal with anger by going to sleep to it, denying their anger, kind of not seeing it. It's out of focus. And And the trigger for them is being pressured, being ignored, or drawn into conflict. This is a type that doesn't want to lose connection. They don't want to be cut off. They want to do whatever they can to remain connected. And yeah, risking that, pressuring them, ignoring them can make them feel disconnected, or drawing them into conflict. And this could be from, basically, they have the strategy of numbing out, not asserting themselves so that they can remain connected. So the wound for type 9 is, if I assert myself, I'll lose connection. If I assert myself, I'll lose connection. So you can see how valuable connection is for them, to stay together, to stay a part of the unit. Yeah. So at the expense of themselves, they remain connected. And the core fear of type 9 is being in conflict, tension, or discord, feeling shut out or overlooked, losing connection and relationship with others. If they feel that this is about to happen, it can be very triggering and a very triggering experience. But how do you navigate that? Because these situations arise in life. And the healing belief for type 9 that sets them free from this is, your voice brings peace. That's powerful. Your voice brings peace. So as a peacemaker, to begin to believe and to know, when I do assert myself, it brings peace. It may add some waves to the conversation, but what I bring brings peace. And peace sometimes destroys the things in the way of real peace. And that's good. Your influence is positive. You will build healthier connections than erasing yourself to maintain connection to something that might need to be disrupted. Like, you do need to birth what you are, because your actual effect is truly a peacemaker. But peace at the expense of yourself, at the expense of your identity, your purpose, your voice, or you living in yourself and not going to sleep to yourself, not going asleep to your anger. You know, sometimes being angry is a good thing. It's like, it's some boundary has been crossed. There's some injustice. Something's not right. Maybe you do need to be angry at the abuse that you're enduring. Maybe you do need to speak up, because it will bring real peace. So the affirmation, the statement of heart for type 9, what they need to speak over themselves is, I speak with courage. My presence matters. I speak with courage. My presence matters. Yes, I see the value of other people. My presence matters too. Am I being true to my voice? Am I speaking my mind? Am I releasing what's in my heart? Am I building what I want to build in the world? Am I going to sleep to my passions, or am I living in it? Am I birthing it? I speak with courage. My presence matters. So yeah, guys, that is all of the 9 Enneagram types. And now I'm going to go a bit more on a healing practice. You don't have to be afraid of your triggers. You're going to experience them. They're going to happen. They're a test for you to see what you believe. You're going to meet your worst fear. I just remembered I said I would go more into type 1, and I didn't do that. I will. But your triggers are going to happen no matter what your type is. These moments are going to come up in life because you need to heal. You need to heal. It's not proof that you're broken. There's signals that something inside still needs care. So instead of letting it overwhelm you with shame, make you run away, it's a test. It's a moment for you to see something about yourself to be able to navigate and learn how to be kind to yourself, to learn that you're safe. And for type 1, I think I didn't say type 2s either, but their core fear is being wrong, bad, evil, inappropriate, unredeemable, or corruptible. It's like, I'm defective. I don't want to be ever considered this. And there's going to be situations and moments that will come up that your worst fear is upon you. It seems true. It's like, oh no, I'm bad, I'm evil, I'm inappropriate because I made a mistake. What do you do with that moment? For type 2, it's the fear of being rejected or unwanted, being thought worthless, needy, inconsequential, dispensable, or unworthy of love. It's going to be moments that make you feel rejected, make you feel unwanted, make you feel like you're needy, you're unworthy of love, discarded, unappreciated. These things are going to happen. How you process these moments is what matters. Do they remind you of a distant past of like, wow, I remember when those real situations happened, when I really was rejected. Those things did happen, but this emotion, this moment has come up, but I know I'm loved. For type 1, it's knowing you are good. For type 2, it's knowing you are wanted and loved. Type 3, you are loved for simply being you. This is your weapon in these moments. Type 4, you are seen and loved for exactly who you are, special and unique. Type 5, your needs are not a problem. Type 6, you are safe and secure. Type 7, you will be taken care of. Type 8, you will not be betrayed. Type 9, your presence matters. That's your tool in navigating these trigger moments. Looking at what does the heart need to know and giving it the medicine that it needs. Every trigger is a doorway to healing. Every trigger is a doorway to healing. It's your body asking, will you stay with me this time? Will you sit with me? Will you minister to me? I have all this trauma from the past in my body. Will you assess and look at me and tend to me? Will you see what this reveals? The trauma I've been carrying. Will you look at what your heart has been carrying, what your mind has been carrying? Can you reassess this so we can live a healthy life, so we can be at rest, so we can be at peace, body, soul, and spirit? This is a journey of you looking at you. You have to be aware to not judge your trigger when it happens, to sit with yourself and stay with yourself. And the more gently you respond, the less control your triggers will have over you. It's all about that. When you weren't met with gentleness in the past, you're met with teasing, hazing, abuse, yelling, judgment. How are you going to respond to you when it starts happening again? Are you going to treat yourself with condemnation? Then your triggers, you're just going to try to go bubble wrap your life and get away from any moments that would make you feel this way. But are you really living? Are you really living? If you're running from your core fear. What I've found in my journey is I've been sent through a path of being rejected so that as a type 2, I don't fear rejection. I'm not controlled by rejection. My triggers is my pathway to healing. Going into the next trigger, and knowing how to be kind to myself, how to walk through that, how to navigate that, Some days are overwhelming. I'm like, okay, I've had enough today. I need to go rest, reflect, and learn what that revealed about my heart and where I am and what I need to receive what I need, and then to be thrown back into a situation again the next day. And I'm like, I've grown. This didn't, like, I didn't spiral out of control as much. I can stay present with myself better. And it's still a process. It's a process. It's like reclaiming territory, reclaiming ground, how to get back on your path when the triggers had you way over here. Where you're like, I could never do what I actually love to do because it feels so horrible. All this stuff comes up in me. It's like, well, I get it. Going from here all the way to here in a day might not be realistic. But how do I begin to navigate and begin to pivot ever so slightly in the right direction? So when you're experiencing a trigger, when something's coming up, whenever your heart is racing, you can't breathe, your mouth is dry, you're tense, you're scanning the room, what do? You can breathe through it. Go in, be still. You can hold yourself with compassion. You can embrace yourself. You can comfort yourself. You can stay with yourself. You can examine your body. Acknowledge what's going on and tell shame to go away. Take the moment you need to recalibrate, to find truth. And you can heal what's underneath it. What's the wound that's being revealed by the trigger? What does your heart need to know to heal the wound? What can you speak over yourself that breaks its power? This is what it looks like. This is the journey. And yeah, triggers are going to happen. But how are you going to process it going forward? That's what this is all about, guys. If you got value out of this, I'd love to hear it in the comments. What's your takeaway? If you can discern what your Enneagram type is, I'd love to hear it in the comments below. What story, which trigger resonated with you the most today? Let me know. And make sure to subscribe for more Heartwork Mondays, talking about our heart journey through the lens of the Enneagram, various topics. Check out the archives as well, past episodes. There's a playlist on the channel. And send this to someone who's healing too, who's walking through stuff, who's reacting, who has trauma coming up, who's maybe hiding from the world right now, hiding from their calling, hiding from their purpose, hiding from their friends, because they get triggered when they step through the door they're meant to be in. I've been there for decades. And that's why I want to always challenge myself to be real about the journey, real about my process, that you know that you can be too. It's not shameful. It's a journey. And this is a safe place for this conversation. And if you're looking for a community, if you don't feel like you have a safe place, check out the Patreon. Links is in the comments, in the description. And it's a community to have real conversations like this and support as you walk this out. If you like coaching or time with me, one-on-one time, check out my website, typologycorner.com. I'd love to meet with you. You can book a session there. And yeah, we can meet on Zoom. I'd love to walk with you, hear you out, and share what I can to help you in your journey. And yeah, let's keep choosing compassion. Let's keep giving ourselves grace, breathing through it, and just keep working at this heart journey. It's one day at a time. It's learning it's a process. So let's keep walking home together, coming back to our real selves. And yeah, guys, again, if you got value out of this, give me a thumbs up. I appreciate hearing the feedback. And subscribe to the channel for future episodes. And that's it for this video. I will see you on the next one.